And we're live again. Third video in a row today. Welcome to another Simply Diagnostics video, courtesy of www.simplydiag.net. Thanks for watching. Before we start, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, drop a comment in the comment section below. You're more than welcome. Right, so we're back on this 1.8 litre Mazda MX5 2012. It's logging a P2097 fuel trim rich bank 1 sensor 2. We've already done 2 videos on it, so we've had a look at the mass airflow, we've had a look at using a sensor simulator, we've had a look at the O2 sensor readings and the O2 sensor response. This has been a bit of a viewer-led diagnostic. My own personal feeling is we went down a rabbit hole about 2.5 minutes into the first video. I have a pretty good idea what's wrong with this car. Like I said, this is a viewer-led case study, these 3 videos. So somebody asked me for the fuel pressure, so I've spent a few minutes now getting it rigged up. I've got my fuel pressure test gauge on it. The vehicle was being stopped for about 10 minutes, something like that. When you leave it for about 25 minutes, it drops down to 2 bar, so it's well within its 2 bar hold pressure. We've got it teed in there into the fuel rail. You can see down there, teed into the fuel rail, then into the gauge and round. The test kit I'm using is the snap-on one. It's the snap-on Mazda test kit. It's the EEFI 500A EU kit. Other kits are available. I've got the AST fuel pressure kits as well. So what we'll do is we'll just take that gauge over to the other side of the vehicle and we'll turn the key on and start the car. Like I say, I think we went down a rabbit hole a long time ago, about 10 minutes into the first video, if that. So key on. You can see it jumps up to 60 psi, 4 bar, no problem. Engine running, it maintains 60 psi, 4 bar. The specification is 3.75 to 4.5 bar. And then what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to increase the RPM. That's at 2000 RPM now and it's holding. Wide open throttle, no flicker. Absolutely no concerns whatsoever about that fuel system. So the big question is, which rabbit hole did we go down? And what test could we have done 5 minutes after evaluating the O2 sensors, static on the drive? What test should we have done before we did anything else? Any takers? Any takers at all? Right, I'll tell you what we didn't do. We didn't verify the customer concern, for one. I've not test driven this vehicle. And for the other thing is, we didn't test the vehicle under load, so we haven't verified the customer complaint. I haven't test driven it, so I haven't looked at live data under true full load. My own thoughts on this are, we've got a restricted catalytic converter. That's what my thoughts are on this. So the very next test I will be doing I'll be pulling the O2. If you remember, right on the very first video, I said I've had the wheels off and I've been looking at the connections. I can quite easily access that O2 sensor down there, just that brake line. I can quite easily access the O2 sensor down there, and that's the very next thing I should have done after taking it for a test drive, to verify the customer concern. So although in fairness, this was a viewer-led diagnostic session, and it was, you know, I've made quite a few videos on this today doing different test methods and that, some which you'll see uploaded later on at a later date. So, but my process for this should have been, and would normally be under normal circumstances, would be quick read of the fault codes, have a look at the data at idle, and then take it down the road for a test drive, data log it. That's the reason why I put the autocom on it from Diagnostic Connections, is because it's got really good data logging capability. So what I should have done was take it down the road, do a data log, and see exactly what was going on. That would have validated my O2 sensors, my mass airflow, and would have put me in the direction of checking exhaust gas back pressure way before any of these intrusive tests. Because if you think about it, not everybody's got a fuel pressure test kit. We're also intrusively testing there, so we're introducing a risk, not only a risk of fire, but a risk of leaks, a risk of contamination, and that, you know, it's fuel pressure test quite intrusive. So yeah, so that's my very next thing now. I'm going to be taking it down the road. I shall verify it, and then once it's nice and toasty warm, I'll be pulling that O2 sensor, that front O2 sensor, and I'll be having a look at that. I'll pull the front one, pull the rear one, do a comparison, and we'll see what's going on. So that'll be the next video. Thanks for watching. You're awesome.